Most people think retirement is the finish line, that it's time to finally sleep in, take it slow, and drift into each day without a plan. But what if I told you that how you spend your mornings, especially now, can completely change how you feel for the rest of your life? You see, after 60, your time is finally your own. No more schedules dictated by bosses or alarm clocks you never asked for. But with that freedom comes a hidden danger. Drift. The kind where one unstructured day blurs into the next. Before long, your body stiffens. Your mind dulls. You feel like you're watching life from the outside. And yet, this is when your life deserves more clarity, not less. The truth is, the first hour of your day acts like a compass. It sets the tone for everything that follows. Studies from Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, and leading gerontologists all point to the same finding. Older adults with a structured morning routine report better cognitive function, reduced anxiety, and higher overall satisfaction. So why isn't this talked about more? Because too many people confuse routine with rigidity. But the right morning ritual isn't restrictive, it's liberating. It gives your brain a rhythm, your body a reason, and your day a spark of intentionality. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly looked forward to your morning? I'm not talking about turning on the TV or checking the weather. I mean a quiet, empowering set of rituals that make you feel alive, centered, and in control. That's what this guide is about. You don't need a complex list or a guru's approval. Just a few small shifts, backed by science and designed for you. Over the next few minutes, we'll walk through a morning routine built specifically for your stage of life. One that supports your joints, sharpens your memory, lifts your mood, and reconnects you with your purpose. Because you haven't reached the end. You've arrived at the part of life where you finally get to write your own script. Let's start the day right. Let's begin with the foundation. Waking up with intention. One of the most overlooked blessings of later life is the ability to wake up naturally. No buzzing alarm, no commute stress. But here's the trick. Just because you can sleep in doesn't mean you should. Experts in sleep science, like Dr. Matthew Walker, emphasize that maintaining a consistent wake-up time, even in retirement, keeps your circadian rhythm balanced, leading to clearer thinking, better mood regulation, and more restful nights. So step 1, pick a wake-up time and stick to it. Not military rigid, but consistent. Maybe it's 7:30, maybe 8. What matters is that you train your body to know when the day begins. Your hormones, digestion, and memory systems all work better when your body has rhythm. And when you wake up, don't reach for your phone. Instead, reach for a glass of water. After 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated, and that dehydration affects blood flow to the brain. A simple glass of room temperature water can improve alertness within minutes. Want bonus points? Add a squeeze of lemon and a pinch of sea salt. That combination gently wakes your digestive system and gives your body a natural electrolyte boost. No expensive drinks or gimmicks required. Then comes the most powerful 5-minute practice you can adopt: morning stillness. You can call it prayer, meditation, breathing, or reflection. The name doesn't matter. What matters is this. Sit in silence. Close your eyes. Let your thoughts settle. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4. This simple act activates your parasympathetic nervous system, lowering stress, improving focus, and making you less reactive to whatever the day brings. In retirement, many people think they'll automatically feel relaxed. But peace isn't automatic. It's something you practice. And don't worry if your mind wanders. That's normal. The point is not perfection, it's presence. Now, Once your mind is calm and your body is hydrated, it's time for a short physical ritual. And I do mean short, 3 to 5 minutes of movement. It could be gentle stretching, yoga, or even walking up and down the hallway while swinging your arms. The goal is simple. Get your blood flowing and joints moving. If you've ever felt stiff in the morning, this is your remedy. A tip from physical therapists: start from the neck and work your way down. Roll your shoulders, stretch your spine, twist gently from side to side. The body keeps the score, and every small movement sends a message. I'm alive and I'm ready. You don't need a gym membership or a personal trainer, just commitment to movement. Every single day, now that your body is awake and your mind is calm, it's time to nourish your spirit. And one of the most powerful ways to do that is through a practice many overlook: morning gratitude. You don't need to write a novel. Just list 3 things you're grateful for. They can be as big as my granddaughter's laugh, or as small as the sound of birds outside my window. Research from the University of California shows that older adults who engage in daily gratitude exercises experience lower blood pressure, reduced symptoms of depression, and even better immune function. Think about that. Appreciating what you already have can literally help you live longer. Here's a tip. Write them down in a small notebook, kept near your breakfast table. Make it part of your morning rhythm: tea, toast, and a quick glance inward. This isn't about ignoring pain or pretending everything's perfect. It's about reminding yourself that even in the middle of challenges, there's always light. Next comes nourishment for the mind. Before the TV goes on, or worse, before you fall into the rabbit hole of negative news, feed your brain something uplifting. This could be a chapter from a spiritual book, a few pages from a memoir, or even a podcast that teaches you something new. Many older adults struggle with memory lapses, and while some of that is normal, much of it can be improved by staying mentally active. Neuroscientists have found that reading in the morning improves focus and long-term retention, especially if you engage with topics that are slightly challenging. Want to go a step further? Try writing a quick note about what you read. Not an essay, just a sentence or 2. This strengthens memory recall and gives your mind something to chew on for the rest of the day. And don't underestimate the power of music. A favorite classical piece, jazz track, or hymn in the background, while you read or reflect, can shift your emotional state in less than 3 minutes. Music is medicine for the heart and the brain. So your morning, by now, has included hydration, silence, movement, gratitude, and learning. That's a better prescription than most pills. And you haven't even left the house. What you've done is prime your mind to respond instead of react, and remind your body that it's still very much alive and needed. Because here's the truth: retirement isn't about stepping out of life. It's about stepping into it with intention. Let's talk about purpose, because no morning routine is truly complete without it. In our working years, purpose is often handed to us. A job to do, a family to raise, a clock to punch. But in retirement, the world gets quieter. That's when many older adults face something no one warns them about: the slow creep of aimlessness. Here's what's powerful though: you get to redefine what purpose means now, and your morning routine can become the launching pad for it. A recent study from the University of Michigan showed that retirees who engage in goal setting, yes, even small daily goals, experience lower rates of depression and higher life satisfaction. In fact, setting a single intention in the morning can give your entire day shape and energy. So take a moment after breakfast and ask, what would make today meaningful? It doesn't have to be grand, It could be calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, finishing that jigsaw puzzle, writing a note to your grandchild, planting something in the garden, watching a documentary and reflecting on it. The size doesn't matter. The intention does. You might be surprised how many people, at any age, don't stop to think about what would actually make them feel proud by sunset. But that's the difference between living and drifting. And if you're struggling to come up with answers, here's a tip. Create a weekly purpose menu. Write down 5 small goals at the beginning of the week, things that bring you joy, connection, or creativity, and pick one each morning. This keeps life fresh and forward moving without feeling overwhelming. Another trick: volunteer your time or knowledge, even one morning a week. The act of giving, whether it's tutoring, sharing stories at a local library, or just being there for someone, has a profound impact on your health and happiness. Studies show volunteers live longer, sleep better, and report a stronger sense of identity. And let's not forget, your experience, your stories, your lessons, they matter more than ever. There's a generation behind you that needs them. By anchoring your morning in purpose, you send a clear message to yourself. I still have work to do. Beautiful work. Now let's bring it all together. Because the best routines don't just feel good in the moment. They ripple outward, shaping the entire rhythm of your day. You've hydrated, moved, reflected, learned, and chosen your purpose. But there's one last step that's often ignored, and it may be the most important of all: connection. Loneliness isn't just unpleasant, it's dangerous. According to the US Surgeon General and multiple global health studies, chronic loneliness has the same health impact as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And it disproportionately affects older adults, especially those who live alone or have lost close friends or partners. The good news: it only takes one meaningful interaction a day to fight that isolation. And the morning is the best time to plant the seed. Before you dive into chores, errands, or television, ask yourself, who can I reach out to today? It could be a quick call, a text, or even a handwritten note. Maybe it's a neighbor, a sibling, an old friend. The point is to begin your day thinking not just inward, but outward. That small act reminds you that you're part of something bigger, that your presence in someone's life still matters. And if you're someone who finds reaching out difficult, build it into your routine as a gentle, non-negotiable habit. Every morning after breakfast, I send one message. Simple, predictable, powerful. You might also consider joining a small online or in-person group that meets regularly, whether it's a book club, a faith-based circle, or a walking group. Having social anchors on your calendar gives you something to look forward to and talk about each morning as you get ready. Here's a beautiful truth about aging. Your conversations matter more, not less. You've lived, you've learned, and your words carry the weight of wisdom and experience. So don't let your mornings be silent. Fill them with connection, warmth, and intention. And when you sit back with your cup of tea or coffee, after reaching out or planning to, take a quiet breath and realize you've already done something good today. The world may move fast, but mornings like this remind you that life is still unfolding, one beautiful moment at a time. By now, your morning has become something more than just habit. It's become a foundation. And here's the final truth. This isn't just about health or productivity. It's about dignity, about reclaiming the morning as a sacred time, rather than letting it slip into the background noise of retirement. Many older adults fall into the trap of thinking it's too late to change, or what difference does it make? But those thoughts, They lie. Because the people who thrive in their golden years, the ones who smile more, think clearer, and walk with a sense of peace, aren't necessarily the ones with perfect genes or luck. They're the ones who wake up and decide to live on purpose. One powerful example comes from a 92-year-old woman named Ruth. Every morning, she wakes up at 7 o'clock, dresses fully, even if she's not leaving the house, and writes a short journal entry with her favorite quote of the day. Then she spends 15 minutes reading aloud to her cat. Why? Because she says it reminds her that her voice still matters. That's the key. Morning routines remind you that you matter. They tell your body, your spirit, your subconscious, I'm not done. I'm still showing up. And here's the beauty. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to follow every step like a checklist. What you need is consistency, kindness toward yourself, and the courage to shape your days rather than be shaped by them. Even 5 minutes of stillness, a short walk, a glass of water with lemon, one message to a friend. These are not small things. These are the bricks of a meaningful life. Because life doesn't end after 60. It doesn't end after retirement. It begins again, on your terms. And it all starts with how you begin your day. So tomorrow morning, don't just wake up. Rise. If you've made it this far, it means something in you is ready. Ready to feel more alive. Ready to shape your days instead of letting them drift. Ready to claim your mornings, not as leftovers from the past, but as stepping stones toward your most meaningful years. So here's your call to action. Try this routine tomorrow. You don't need to do everything. Start with just one part, maybe the glass of water, or the 3 lines of gratitude, or a 5-minute walk around the block. Then do it again the next day, and again the next. Let it grow. Let it become yours. And if you fall off for a day or two, that's fine. That's human. The beauty of the morning is, it always comes back. Every sunrise is a second chance. Because here's the truth. No one says enough. Your best days don't have to be behind you. Your wisdom is needed. Your presence is powerful. And your life right now can still be rich with wonder, purpose, and joy. So rise tomorrow with intention. Begin with quiet strength. And remember this, it is never too late to be what you might have been. George Eliot. You've earned this chapter. Make it count, starting in the morning.